You've got mail.
Hilly-day-dee, holla-do-dee, holla-day-day-day, holla-do-dee, holla-do-dee-ah-oh, yahoo!
What the dog doing?
All week long.
Order in the court. Stand up, sit down.
Hey.
Hello and welcome. And live from Phil's basement today, as we got a case.
It's a beautiful basement. Very nice finished basement. It's really good stuff there.
I guess if you're appearing in a court that looks like we've joked about this before. It looks like basically like a lunchroom of a cafeteria or something at a school or whatnot. I guess you don't really need to worry about the green screen so much. And her curtain thing is...
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
You know.
It's the girl with the curl. What's going on?
Well, good to see everybody. Got a couple of things lined up, bounce around a little bit, see what we can find live. I was watching a little bit of the Gwyneth Paltrow
jet ski thing
happening.
Did she... I don't even know what happened. What happened in that case? She hit somebody with a jet ski. Jet ski got stole.
I don't know.
Did her jet ski attack someone?
I was very bored, which I know a lot, especially the longer form stuff. There's a lot of boring moments. Like I get that. I couldn't get into it today, but it is what it is. All right, let's see what's happening over here. They got a couple of people, including this guy who looks very, very cold in the front row there. I guess filling out some paperwork. Let's see what's happening.
Well, it is a quick turn, Your Honor. We've got the pending pretrial matters, obviously with those pending matters being a violation of the conditions of the SOC. The city is going to put out a motion to revoke the SOC. I certainly understand if that is tabled pending the outcome of those pretrial matters. So it just depends on how they want to proceed. Presumably they're going to continue today for the defendant to get a public defender on board. I would note, however, I believe the public defender was appointed, and perhaps I missed that while I was doing some notes here, but the public defender, I think, represented him on that SOC. So I'm looking at that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Iannotti represented him on the SOC.
All right, so I will have you go through the application. I'm going to assign the defense agency from the bench, but I still want you to go through and sign off on the declaration.
So close.
Frozen water, loose water, whatever. I could never write on my leg like that guy's doing, by the way.
No.
No way in hell.
I agree.
Also today, don't forget, we're going to clean out the computer some more. We got another Manning TPO that we've never watched. So we're going to get that out of the way. We also have a courtroom I don't think we've ever been to where an inmate, well, he's just having a few problems with the help there at the prison.
Well, we're
wow,
moving a little slow here today.
Slightly. Is that a QR code over Phil's shoulder?
So Mr. Parent will enter denials as to the revocation for new law violations on the SOC.
Thank you.
We'll track that along. We'll set this out 30 days.
Less.
There was one thing to address, Your Honor, as I'm looking through my notes on this. The cause number ending in 851, the malicious mischief, that is the one that the court had declined initially to find probable cause on.
Yes.
And I went back and looked at the record a little bit, and I think the court was concerned about the permanent damage and
the physical damage.
Physical damage, right? And so I've looked at the RCW surrounding the definition of physical damage. And that is 9048-100. And a portion of that statute says physical damage also includes any diminution in the value of any property as a consequence of an act and the cost to repair the damage. Clearly, there's a cost to clean up the damage that the defendant caused based upon the bodily fluids and the biohazard.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's confirmed in State versus Ratliff, which is 46 Washington App 325. It's a 1986 case, which did confirm that the cost of repairs of property is properly considered in determining damage.
Bodily fluid.
So I would ask that on those grounds that the court find probable cause. Certainly defense counsel can challenge that at the higher threshold, but for purposes of probable cause, I would ask that the court find that physical damage does include any damage that does incur a cost to repair it or restore it.
Mr. Parent, do you wish to be heard on that point?
Yes, Your Honor. There still wasn't any damage that was actually done. There may have been a cleanup that needed to occur, but it didn't diminish the value of the property involved. Nothing further.
It certainly diminished the use of it, Your Honor. They cannot use the holding cell while it is in that state and covered in the defendant's biohazardous material. So I think that when we talk about physical damage, it's a diminution in the value of the property.
What happened?
And what fluid is in
you
there?
can consider the cost of repair in determining damages. That was the State versus Ratliff. So it had to be repaired, it had to be cleaned, it had to be restored, because you can't put another individual in a holding cell with the defendant's urine all over it. So I certainly think that for the purposes of probable cause, the court can find that there was physical damage.
So he's being
All right,
held on damaging a holding cell with
Find probable cause. With that clarification and statute cited, I will find PC. It's a different hurdle should that go forward. And that would be for the city to figure out.
Hello, Judy.
Judy.
All right, so we'll set it on a Monday for the pre-trials.
I mean, it could be worse, I guess.
It could be. Could be very worse. I mean, maybe.
I'd like to set it for May 1st.
Maybe we're not even talking about some of the other fluids.
Oh, Samson.
Hey, Samson.
What do you do? Just sitting there, just all over the walls? Just.
I mean, how much does this guy have to drink? How much pee we talking?
25 train got some of the giant jugs of Crystal Geyser before he went in.
Mr. Parent, you explained speedy trial waiver with the set over.
I mean, can't we get him in there with like a couple of sponges and a bucket of soap?
I will do that, Your Honor.
Can't you just go in there with a hose, basically just hose it down? I mean, most holding cells are like all concrete, right? I mean,
yeah, and they tend to get nasty, I'm sure, but this guy must have really did a number.
Who cares about the
look at this guy loosening up in the back. Is he about to fight somebody?
Oh, he's been hunched over for the last 10 minutes, right down his nose.
This guy must have like 3 bladders. How did he pee so much that he had to be taken to court for the amount of peeing he did? I mean, if it was blood or other fluids, you know what I'm talking about.
I was thinking maybe popping off or murdering some animals or something.
Ritual sacrifice.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Like you come in.
All right. So with that continuance to May 1st, the time for trial clock will restart. Resetting on that date. The new speedy trial is 7/31/23.
Can we just throw down some wood chips, maybe?
Yes, that's a great idea. Like you're a rabbit or a germ or
yeah.
You're still on the monitoring while this case is pending.
Yes. My God.
I mean, he must have some. Did he eat asparagus before he went to jail?
Why don't you hit the button? I can't quite hear you. Can you push through?
Because it's nice and tightened up on my leg really bad. The monitor.
Huh?
My leg's swollen up.
Okay.
My leg's swollen.
Go back out there and have him adjust it for me. Can you do that?
Who, the monitoring company? Why don't you can contact them
Okay.
They're the ones that are handling that piece of it and they report to us if there's a problem. So
Okay, well, okay, I thought it was gonna come off there. Thank you.
He's heading to the bathroom right now.
Yeah, he's got to go real
Mr.
bad.
Alexander may have, I just want to take
A
a look.
mental
He may have
issue?
a warrant out of Shoreline. I see he failed to appear for his arraignment
Warren, he just walked out the
on
door.
2/23.
Oh, he's still in the back row. He's right there.
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
get my insurance, I gotta make, they want me to get SR22. So I gotta upgrade my insurance. So
come on up to the table so we can put this on the record with the microphone.
Sorry, I was kind of looking at
Leave it.
our notes on that.
Is
Yeah, he's
that,
got a
is that the
2000
5920 case?
That's when I became more.
no, it's a City of Shoreline case. It's a $2,000 warrant. It's, 5/9/2020 out of Kenmore.
He could have just kept walking. He wouldn't have had to sit back down
I've
for
been where
this.
I contacted the collection agencies. I'm working with them, but I got to upgrade my insurance to SR22.
Ah,
That's not good.
Then I'll be able to get my license reinstated.
But we're not talking about the licensing piece. We're talking about you didn't go to court, so they issued a warrant.
Walter.
So
I
it's that,
apologize.
it's your responsiveness to that court.
Yeah, and that's the first thing I'm working on now. I got to get that so that I can, at least whenever I get everything settled down, I can go back to the court and get that, get that everything situated, because I got to get the SR22. So my license being reinstated. So when I get in there and, go in front of the judge, at least I got my license and everything taken care of.
Right, but that, I know you want to do things in your order, but I want you to do them in my order, which is that you get that cleared because you are answering to me.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
have the scram, and I know you're frustrated about that, but
I'll
Hey,
have
no,
it
sit
done by
down.
the next time I come in here. It'll
okay,
be
so
done.
yeah, May 1st is the day.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get picked up on that warrant. That
Yeah,
would be
well,
really
I'll
unfortunate.
be at a house, But
Okay,
I'll take care of it.
all right, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
if I would have heard warrant, I would have walked right straight. Kept
It's already on number one
have
on the
never
10
slowed
o'clock
down,
calendar.
yeah.
That's Nahom Bazabi.
That's-
BEZABIH. That's on for bench warrant quash 1A05555174. Sean Parent for Mr. Bazabi.
That's quite a good start to today's We Got a Case.
Looks like they were
Yeah.
declared to appear on October 24 of last year and November 16 of last year.
Ooh,
The reason for you to appear on that.
some old ones.
You want
Why do you move his chair over there?
it? Oh, you
Gary,
notice of it?
Gary.
getting the day going with two bones. Thank you.
That was luxury.
Yeah.
Gary, the conductor of today's Body Fluid Express.
This is a bench warrant clash for this Visa Bank.
Oh, not the Visa Bank.
Number 2 on the 10 a.m.
Hang on a second.
Got it. Thank you.
Dick Harris, good to see you.
Well, I'm not really too interested in his Visa card.
You set
No,
a bench warrant quash hearing on 3/8.
no,
you
no.
built
You
up
got
that
what we can
116
jump. I
and
mean,
go
listen,
back
we're
up.
not going to top a
Looks like he's
guy
also,
peeing all over the place.
I have your
No,
attorneys
we're not.
indicating no changes to the report. I believe the sentencing information is accurate.
All right, so with accurate information, which is based sentencing, I'll start with people as far as victim or any
Robert?
other statement.
Mike G says hi.
Your Honor, I haven't had the opportunity to review the PSI. I've noticed the defendant has a long record revolving around possession of weapons, use of weapons, and assaults.
The more you know.
After the plea in this case, the people would certainly have no heartburn if Your Honor said to proceed with the agreement. In this case, at the middle of guidelines.
I don't know why his attorney is so low, but everybody else will be fine.
Okay.
Mr. Norton,
Your Honor, I'd ask court go along with the recommendation. It is in line with the Killigrew agreement. Additionally, I'll make the same argument with regard to attorney fees because those have to be determined. It's presumed my client is indigent, being with the Michigan Department of Corrections, as well as the Public Defender's Office has determined my client is indigent, as well as a Macomb
Oh.
case that Your Honor has been presented with numerous times.
all right, so Mr. Norton, here's what the court would do, because I have a series of notes here, and I'll explain to you why, and then you can take some time to decline if you'd like. The court's proposed sentence would be 57 months, and that would be the top end of the guideline.
57 months.
So your client has 230 misconduct since his incarceration. 5
230.
230 misconducts while he's been incarcerated. That's
Oh.
like, that's a lot. I mean, Have we ever heard a number that high?
I don't think so.
This guy, he's busy.
Conducts for assault on staff.
Assault
What
on
really
staff.
troubled me about this, and again, I think this is less your great work, more prosecutor's office. I would describe this, the Chinese, I think, had a great description for this, paper tiger. So we've got an
Like a hot
individual
dog.
here
Mm.
who has 5 prior assaults on staff, a history of assaulting staff. And he has been charged in the past with weapons, with assaulting staff, gradually increasing habitual 2, a 3, you know, all the way back to 19, he was charged with assault of a dangerous weapon as a habitual 4. In 18, he was charged with being a prisoner possessing a weapon and assault with a dangerous weapon. I don't know if that was on staff or another inmate. And for some reason in Macomb County there, he didn't get the habitual 4. And then he comes to Ionia and does the same thing again, assault on staff. And this was pretty brazen, that he stabs an officer in the arm as he's sitting at his desk, and then actually follows him as the officer retreats to where there's more officers and ends up stabbing him again. And then we get to here and he gets charged.
Too bad it wasn't Mr. Cribb then.
Yeah, he's just stabbing fools right and left. Maybe
While
this guy should-
incarcerated.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe he should be
Violent
released.
harmless and murder by strangulation. Again, the court would suggest appropriately
Attempted
as a
murder by
habitual offender
strangulation.
4. But then when I talk about a paper tiger, which is sometimes the case here, then it gets cut all the way down to an attempt, which makes it a 5-year felony as a habitual offender 3rd. So if I'm in their shoes and I'm worried about myself or my friends or family when I go to work every day, and we've got a guy here who continually assaults corrections officers, and then he gets an offer that's sort of a hide the ball, we're going to start off really tough, and it devolves into nothing more than he's had before. I can't get behind that, Mr. Norton. I'm not going to work backwards. So I would go to the top of the guidelines as charged, just as a habitual 3rd, which you can explain to your client
As charged or as?
no, as his current offer is what I'm getting at. So I don't know why this was dropped to an attempt. He could have got a 5-year felony just being charged with assault of an officer. Could have had a life offense like had been charged previously. All kinds of gifts in that for your client.
The judge is not too happy about how the prosecutor has lessened charges over and over again. He keeps talking about this paper tiger situation. And he even told the guy, not so much your attorney doing a good job than the prosecutor. I mean, he is not very happy with this guy.
I mean, because we're not dealing with some small charges here. This is not like
no, he's dangerous to the staff there at the damn jailhouse.
Oh my God.
And
Oh,
even
Mayor.
though, the court would be proposing to try to rectify the situation to go to the top of the guidelines. And that would then leave them with what, a 15-year max instead of what I think arguably could be, should be giving the court discretion to get up to life because he can't comply with the rules and he continually wants to assault staff. You need a few minutes to talk.
I just want to clarify, you're going to leave the agreement in place, which is an attempt.
Yeah, I'm just going to give them the top end of the guidelines.
Just
He would love to see him go to jail for life. I mean, there's a plea deal that he's getting ready to take, but he said he's taking the top number on the plea deal.
So I think 15 years. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said he could do 15 years on the one charge, and then the other one could have got him life. Making up his mind if he still wants to take the deal. Deal or no deal. Yeah, lessening charges always irks me every time.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you get into multiple ones, I can understand it with paraphernalia charges or some stupid tickets here and there for, I understand that, but man, when you get into habitual stuff where we're talking about stabbing, strangulation, all kinds of craziness, I mean, come on.
I mean, we see a lot of people get pulled over and stuff. daring
Your
guy.
Honor, I just spoke with my client. He understands that if the court does not go along with the Killebrew agreement, he would have an absolute right to withdraw his plea and go to trial under the original charges. My client is going to not exercise that, and he's going to accept the sentence of the court here today.
All right, and Mr. Lazarus, is that correct? You are going to accept the sentence of the court?
Yes, but I would like to say one thing.
Well, I'll come back to you in a second. You can say whatever you like before sentencing, but I've already indicated what the court's sentence is gonna be. Now, you still have a right to say whatever you want. I just want to make sure before we proceed, you're accepting the court's proposed sentence that stays on the
Yes.
record. Very good. All right, then, Mr. Norton, I'll come back to you.
Yeah, Ryan.
Anything
Somebody
else
needs to
that
get
you'd like
Ryan
to
a new
speak
chair.
on
That's
behalf
just
of the
embarrassing, man.
Before sentence is imposed.
No, Your Honor.
All right, and then Mr. Lazarus, anything that you want to say
Um,
before sentence is imposed, sir?
Yeah, there is a history of assault on staff. I've only been charged in the court once, with assault on staff, and I was back in 2014. The other 5 assault on staff that I have are pullaways. They're not serious assault. It's me being in restraints and pulling away from them, or they're claiming I'm pulling away from them, putting me on the ground. They're not serious assaults. And I have a history of possession of weapons. All the other cases with weapons and other than police that one assault on staff have been inmates.
He was
During
embarrassed and just left, by the way.
time
When
Yeah,
it
he
that this happened,
shamed
the
him.
guy actually literally spit in my food in front of me and then opened my door 5 minutes later and let me out to use the JPay. And no, I did not stab him the first time. I stabbed
Right on time.
myself. If you look here, you'll see the scar.
I didn't stab him the
I
first
didn't
time.
hit him the first time in the shoulder. I only hit him twice, once in the neck, or once in the bicep and once in the forcep. And that was while I was being tased. Yes, I chased him across the room. However, I didn't intend to like kill him or anything like that. I was pissed off. And honestly, I feel that I'm wrong for what I
What a
did.
beautiful guy this is.
I don't think
and-
any of this is helping. But
What
No, I
could
don't-
have been changed, but I have a real impulsivity problem, and it's part of my mental illness. And like when things like this happen, I snap.
Again, more reason
I
to
don't
keep you in
black
jail.
out.
yeah,
I'm not saying that. I'm fully aware of what I'm doing, but at the time, I'm not really aware of the consequences. All I'm really worried about is what's going to happen. When I come out of my cell that day, I was angry with him. To say the least, I was angry with him. I
okay.
didn't even know the sergeants and lieutenants were in the unit. When he ran to the other side, I was already past what I could stop. I figured I'm gonna get the same case if I chase him as I am if I don't. So I didn't see any reason as to not
No reason to
do
stop.
what I did at that time.
Anything else?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That
So
didn't
I've
help
already
at all.
placed on the record many of the reasons why the court's gonna do that, and just in response to your comments to the court. At the end of the day, regardless of why you do these things.
The
you
forcep,
still
yes.
do them, and that's what becomes the problem. Again, I'll read from the PSI here, 230 misconducts since 2020. Okay, that's not that long.
No.
3 years now.
Excuse me, sir.
Defendant has
What a
incurred
day.
5 misconducts for assault on staff.
Business days.
In the instant offense, the defendant stabbed the correction officer in the arm. And here's what is the inescapable for you. The defendant continues to pose a significant risk to prison staff and the prison population as a whole due to his assaultive behavior. It's got to change. So I know you struggle with these issues of impulsivity, but to a certain extent, that's on you. One could even argue to a certain extent, maybe the Department of Corrections has not done enough to treat whatever mental illness that is going on here. Maybe you're not engaged in it enough. I don't know what the answer is. All I know is when I look at your record, you can't change your record, right? It ties the hands of everybody from, well, in this case, not prosecutors, but defense attorneys, judges, whoever else, because it's just abhorrent. And they have a right to go home every night when they go to work and go back to their family.
This dude's voice is
without
killing me.
running
His
the
voice
concept
is
of you that
making my
assault,
throat hurt.
assault, assault, assault. So you're still getting a great deal at the end of the day. So I'm going to do what I've indicated here. So I am going to impose a $68 state cost. I will impose a $130 crime victim assessment. There'll be $300 in court costs, $400 in attorney fees, and then also court will sentence you as a minimum sentence to 57 months in the Michigan Department of Corrections to the statutory max of 10 years. Pursuant to statute, sir, that sentence will be served consecutive to any term that you're currently serving, and then you won't receive credit for any days that you have previously served also.
Wow.
Statute. So you do have a right to seek a appellate review of this sentence. This is a written version that's going to go back with you for your record. What I'm going to recite to you, you have 21 days from today's date if you wish to seek appellate review of the sentence the court's imposed, and then a broader window of 42 days from today's date if you want to request a court-appointed attorney to assist you. So 21, 42, your client has his paperwork done, Mr. Norton. He does. I've put the signed version in the file, then you're all set. Officers, thank you.
What a peach. What a nice guy.
Is that about right?
Yes.
Okay. So Tyler, what I want to do is do a waiver of speedy trial.
Wednesday docket, ladies and
Reset
gentlemen.
your
No idea what's going on.
today,
Mary's
and then you'd have another hearing on May 3rd. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, so Judge, that's what I'm going to do.
Lots of flannel happening.
For a waiver of speedy trial.
It's a flannel kind
He's
of
just a young guy, under the gun, and not having a lot of money.
and a truck
I know
driver.
his-
So
I talked to his dad a lot.
he
about,
wanting it.
helping him with his driving test. He's just not quite there yet.
And Mr. Holm, do you have any questions about the waiver?
No, I did not.
Mr. Ashcraft, any objection?
No, Your Honor, sounds like a good idea.
Hi, Chris.
All right, Mr. Holm, the next time your case will be heard is May 3rd at 8:45 with a trial date of May 25th at 8:30.
Hi, YCAT.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Why?
Thank you.
We're gonna do this all day.
that guy's voice. How did he talk like that? It was like so gravelly.
I'd rather that than, like you guys said, the vocal fry of the judge before. My God.
Okay, the next case I'm going to call Susan Jones.
Susan?
Here.
Susan Jones.
Let's go out the hallway. Ask 3 times, please.
Good morning.
So Judge, I just want to continue this matter a week. Ms. Jones is going to come into my office and have a lengthy discussion as how we're going to proceed with it.
Lengthy.
And there's currently a trial date set for April 13th.
Yeah, so we'll strike that. And perhaps, well, maybe we can do it next week, but we'll likely be doing a waiver speed trial at that point.
Okay, so we can strike a trial date. So the next time your case will be heard is March 29th at 8:45. Mr. Ashcraft, I should have asked, do you have any objection?
Is Mary looking a different direction
Yes.
or down or I'm very confused by Mary's hair.
And either here in the courtroom or over Zoom,
Yeah,
okay?
she'll be there.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, she heard me.
Yes, she did. She wanted to see all. We'll see if they're doing anything here. If they're just setting dates, and we'll jump to the next. You never know. We did. Wow.
Trey Comer.
God, did you see that? He just got done peeing, maybe.
Maybe.
Good morning, Mr.
Reverse
Comer.
Joker.
This is case 2A01-29874. Mr. Davies?
Right, so Judge, charge here is hit and run.
Ooh.
What we've done in the past is settle on payment for any restitution owed. Mr.
Yeah, at least that was
Kilmer
bad.
allegedly failed to negotiate those little tiny
Pam.
roundabouts they've got on Washington Street that annoy us so much. And I guess he knocked over a mailbox
Uh-oh.
on his failure to
How
negotiate
dare
the roundabout, which was maybe making the property owners there think maybe they didn't want those roundabouts. Anyway, he paid for the mailboxes that he
Maybe we should watch
ran
that
over.
again, Gary.
And
On our
I'm
show.
hoping that as a result, the case would be dismissed.
Mr. Ashcraft?
Your Honor, since he's paid for the damage at this point and has no criminal history, the state will dismiss.
And has your office had any contact with the property owner?
That is a good question. Not surprisingly.
Sorry I said anything.
No. The traffic crimes, generally we don't reach out to the victims as consistently as we do with all the other crimes. But we think there's a reasonable resolution. Mr. Davies has come up with the intent documentation that there's been a payment made through the insurance company.
Okay.
And by the way, T dug up some information. If you want to go into the Credence and Bishop Show group on Facebook, it's in there, just so you know. That doesn't look like much is going on here. If you get something better, let's do it.
No, well, so of course, Manning does tons of TPOs. We can't watch all of them, so we bank a few. And this is one we have from not too long ago. I think last week. I think it speaks for itself.
Truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right.
Raise the roof.
Please, y'all put your hands down. Don't talk over each other. Miss Edwards, start from the most recent event, work backwards. Tell me what's going on and how Miss Stamper is stalking you specifically. I want to hear about it.
2002, February the 15th, 2023, went to my mailbox. It's in child abandonment papers. When Miss Stanford can't find her child's father, whatever they go through, what altercation, I'm the target. It all
Right on time,
started from 2018. It's the first time I have ever tried to put a PTO. When she can't find them, I'm the target, meaning my mom, I was staying with my mom in 2018. She sent court papers out there to my mom's house, reaching out to my mom and telling my mom how I shouldn't be with this guy. Whenever she can't find him, I am the target. 2000, let me pick up my paper. 2021, I get some court papers. We go to court. She trying to get a PTO. Oh, Chloe getting on my nerves. Chloe doing this. The judge told her, well, I'm not here because Chloe getting on your nerves. I'm here if Chloe bothering you, Chloe blowing up your phone, Chloe doing anything of that nature, then I will grant the order. By the end of that day, I got an email from Atlanta Housing up under investigation. I told the guy what was going on. He said, was this anything like stalking what you saying it is? When we call you in, bring everything you have, because I always make a paper trail on her. If she can't contact him, she'll blow me up all day. When I say blow me up, I can share my screen. Blow me up.
Share your screen. So, Lord, is this about a man?
No, it on her end, yeah, but it's when she can't find them, I gotta send paperwork to Chloe house. I gotta send paperwork. I gotta send Chloe to court. I gotta call her mama. She done got so deep about it on her. She done even dropped her kids off at my house. I never kept this girl kids a day in my life. Never.
Why don't you go ahead and share your screen where she's
She
calling?
is
Have you told her to
fast
start reaching out to
talking.
you?
Oh yeah. She done even told these people that I connected my phone line with his. I personally went down to AT&T. AT&T showed me an app that I pay for. They take out of my account every month for. Lady said, well, this way you can show when she's constantly calling your phone, Miss Edwards. She can't say y'all line connected if you done download a personal app and all her calls is coming through your line. I'm finna show you.
I like to get this straight. So this guy used to be yours?
Yes, but I stopped talking to him because every time it's an issue with her. It's been an issue since 2018. Still an issue.
So now he's his. Or she's his. Or whatever. She's got him.
Yana, what? No, evidently she can't, because when she can't find them, that's when she sent court papers to my house. The last time she did it was February the 15th, 2023. Some abandonment papers, which I screenshot before I sent them back. I screenshotted them the day that I got them in the mail. I always make a paper trail on her. Anything that she do, I have always made a paper trail on her. Anything.
They said it wasn't about a man, but it's definitely about a man.
Oh, it's
100%. This is about a man. Man is in the he's in the background like this.
Cassandra down here is just wilding out, ready to go. I love that.
Are those pajamas?
I'm on the fence on that. I'm not sure. I do know loving Amber's glasses today, by the way. Amber,
yeah, those are amazing. Those are her new glasses, and
I like them.
Foxy.
I like them.
Thing she have ever done.
All right, go ahead and show me your share your screen with me.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, is that what it is? A Space Jam shirt?
Okay, that's nice.
Oh,
wow, that's nice. Vintage. Do you think she bought that when Space Jam first came out? Or did she
No.
buy it now recently since
Yeah,
it's you know,
Amazon.
hooligan?
At the bins the other day, had a bunch of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shirts. Of course, every one of them are mediums and ditto. I would have got one. It was one very, very similar to that, but like just with everybody like Uncle Phil's face all over it. So, they were great, but didn't do me any good.
It's already crazy. I can't wait to hear what Miss Stamper has to say.
Well, listen, she talks fast, but can't get dates out.
No, she was
Miss May,
falling
while
all
she's
over this.
doing that, if Miss Goucher is gonna be the one that's gonna be seeing these people at 1 o'clock, can she tell them to go on
Miss Boucher.
Zoom.us, watch those videos and learn how to operate Zoom?
Yes, I'll relay the message.
All right. Okay, what I got? Tell me what I got here, Miss Edwards.
God bless.
Are you on mute, Miss Edwards?
Judge Manning seems like she'd be a great boss.
Geez, Stephen O'Neill. He's in the building.
Okay, these are the phone. These are the calls that come through my phone. These are all. This the person app right here, as
Okay,
you
so
can
hold on.
see.
So what are the dates on these here?
Hold on.
So all of these are for Cassandra.
Yeah. Okay. Look. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're gonna them the dates right there. 8/29, 8/29, 8/29,
So that's
8/28.
2020. What you got in 2023?
No, I didn't have none in 2023. I'm just saying these are the calls when she getting her little rages. These are the calls. This how she'll get to blowing up my phone. This
What
is
has
when
she done? What has she done this year?
That's the abandonment paper. That was recently right there. That was recently right there.
So it's for him though. What has she
Yeah.
done this year to you?
Nothing. That's you sending paperwork to my home for what? Why is you doing that? Just because you
But tell me how she's harassing you in 2023. How many times has she called you in 2023? Miss Edwards, how many times has she reached out to you in 2023?
2023 is when we went to court. No, 2023 is when she did the paperwork. Yeah, when she sent abandonment paperwork to my home. 2021 all the way up from 2018 to 2021, and that's when she was sending me to court. It's like, stop that paperwork stuff. Stop that. Stop contacting me when you can't find him.
Trying to get him in court.
Yeah, but when you can't contact him, stop putting me involved. When you can't find him, stop putting me involved. When you can't find him, stop calling my mama house. When you can't find him, stop calling Atlanta house. Stop putting me involved.
But listen to my questions. How many times did she reach out to you about him or anything else in 2021?
2021. That's when she dropped her kids off at my house. It's like she's not reaching.
Why she keep changing the subject? Obviously, she doesn't have anything recent. I mean, those phone calls were from 2020. Not going well for her. And here's her kids being dropped off.
But I'm like, why you doing little stuff like that? That's reaching to me. That's reaching. That's reaching.
But I need you to listen to me. How many times did she contact you in 2021?
She can't contact me because I have her on block. She can't physically contact me. She can't come to my house, but dropping your kids off at my house, contact me.
How many? Okay, I'm using the word contact loosely. 2021. How many times did she contact you? Either drop her kids off, ride by your house, call you, try to text you.
Drop her kids once, twice.
Okay. What about in 2022? How many times did she reach out to you or talk to you or try to get in touch with you?
None.
And then she ain't had no budget. What did she do to you in 2023?
Send them court papers to my house. Stop doing stop. Why you send court papers to my house? I mean, you don't have no relationship. Why is you sending court papers to my house?
All right, hold on a second.
They just like it's
right. Miss Stanford, take stuff off mute. Why are you looking for this man in her house?
Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm not looking for that man at her house. That is my child's father of my 2 kids. I have not reached out to either one of them since 2021. I dropped my children off in August of 2021 because my children had nowhere to stay. We was forced out of our recent residence, which we stayed in.
Let me ask you a question. Was he living with her?
Yes, ma'am. You seen him? That was him on that picture right there with the kids right there. That was him.
But let me ask you a question. Why are you sending mail if he doesn't live there? Why are you contacting Miss Edwards?
I have not contacted her. He resides in her home, ma'am. I dropped my kids off August 2021, which he showed you the video of those two small kids and that man. They stay at a residence. I dropped my children off with them. I had nowhere for my kids to go at that particular time. She have not contacted me. I have not reached out to her, period, or no sort.
Ms. Edwards, where does he live now?
Okay, so yeah, because there's no. I guess Judge is trying to see if when was the last time she contacted her. And it seems like 2020, last time she called her with all these harassing phone calls.
This seems way old.
So big reach.
Excuse me for a moment while I find a picture of myself on Facebook, reminiscent of how Judge Manning looks right now. She has a sense of humor, so she'll be okay with it. I gotta find it. I'm on a mission now.
At Latuna Drive, where she been sending the paper, the child support papers at. Where she been sending them at.
And I think where you live.
2640 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 303. No, I take you to give you a tour through my house. No. No.
Unless you're cooking lunch, because I'm hungry.
Yeah, I can give you a tour through my house, my closet, whatever location you want me to go in my house. I'll show you.
Miss Stanford, he don't live there. Why are you saying
I will show you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
She can't tell me who stay in my house.
Excuse me. Excuse me, Your Honor. He does reside there, ma'am. And matter of fact, the papers got served February the 15th. That's when the court date was. Miss Chloe Edwards and Ramonda Strickland was in child abandonment court.
Because I dropped them papers off on him and I want to talk to the DA. Now tell that, because I told the DA lady the same thing, that Miss Strickland keeps sending them papers to my house. And the DA lady told the judge, she said, Miss Edwards is stressing that she want us to give Miss Stanford the correct address. Now say I'm lying because the lady said it. I was there to tell the DA lady and the judge. I was there to tell them personally, so she knew I wasn't playing. I even pulled out every paperwork I just showed you, Judge. I showed them as well. I wanted them to know she been sending that paperwork to my house and she need to stop, and I want y'all to stop and get her the correct address. That's exactly what I told them. That's exactly what I told them child support people.
What do you think she told them child support people?
You sure did.
Stanford, go ahead. What?
This is a retaliation from February.
No, it ain't no retaliation.
I have not bothered these
I'm tired of you sending paperwork.
Let me talk, Miss Edwards. Go ahead, Miss Stanford.
Your Honor.
Did I just hear a fire?
That's where he resides at.
Smoke detector?
Your Honor, on February the 15th.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it earlier.
This is a retaliation. I have not contacted these folks since 2021, Your Honor, period. I have not contacted them, period. This is a retaliation for him being detained on February the 15th, 2023 for child abandonment of a
paperwork to my house.
Miss Stanford, have you went through child support and tried to file a case in child support?
We have one, baby. It's open. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry. we have an order here that's open since 2009. I have a real order that's due of $34,000. I have been through the process with child
support. $34,000. $34,000. It's got, how old are these kids? Like 15, 16? He ain't paid nothing ever. That's a lot of monies. He'll never pay that off unless he wins the lottery. 30 kids will be graduating college. He still ain't gonna be paid the money.
That's a good reason, though. Stuff like that happens. That's why it's a good thing to have that stuff on paper.
Baby.
Have you followed up with him?
Baby.
Yes, we were just in court on the 15th.
Oh, she did.
Were you in front of me?
It was funny.
No, I wasn't.
Were you at OSA court?
No, I was in 2C.
Oh, that's abandonment. I'm talking about child support court with DHS, where you go.
No, I have not did the contempt order.
But why not?
I'm having the issue now. They saying he does not reside where he resides at. He does reside there.
But they have ways of finding out where he resides.
I'm aware of all that, ma'am. I have been through the process. Okay, I know he resides there. I wouldn't be sending no paperwork if he did not reside there.
No. Child support has ways of finding out where he lives.
I'm aware of that.
So why don't you go through not abandonment court, child support? Did I do it right? What is it?
I have been through that.
East Point?
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time you've been to East Point?
I was just there inquiring about my purge payment that I have not received since February the 15th when they detained him.
$80,000. Did you see up here where she said her dad owes $80,000? Right here. Look at this. 80,000? How old are you now and when did he stop paying? I need more information. And by the way, Miss Stamper is the one with the fire alarm. $80,000. Yeah, never, not a dime.
So you got to, so I signed a purge order.
Yes, it was a purge order done. He was detained on February the 15th, 2023.
All right. So did you tell them that now that they've got an arrears and they got a purge, when's the last time you went back down there to see when you could get in court?
I haven't received my purge amount since February 15th.
Is he still in jail?
No, he got released that same day.
Oh.
And he paid the purge.
Yes, but I haven't received it. I haven't received it on my end.
Did you call down there at the sheriff's office and ask how to receive, how to get it?
Yes, ma'am. And Ms. Lawson saying she has not got a release from Fulton County Jail for them funds.
Did you call East? You need to go down to East Point and ask them how to get it.
Ma'am.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, we're almost there. How much is a Range Rover?
I've been in East Point and they said that was two different end deals. The one that's in the courthouse is civil. The one that's in the regular local office is criminal. Those two representatives do not work in the same office together.
So that you tell me the sheriff's office holding money for child support won't give it to you.
I have called her within 2-3 weeks about a purge.
I'm like, but what's it gonna do if you stop? I mean, what's it gonna do if you stop calling Miss Edwards?
I have not called her, Your Honor. I have not called her.
I don't think she has called her.
When the last time has she heard from me? I
I
sent me in
believe
a
Cassandra.
courtroom on February the 15th,
I believe Miss Stamper
2023.
for sure.
And the day that she's making the accusation about on a
That's one night a year when we allow people to go out and do whatever they want.
I'm wondering really what the purge is exactly when it comes to that, though.
It must be monies of some sort because she says she hadn't got it yet. The purge.
before 2/16/23, I was at work, Your Honor. Here's my paperwork to prove that I clocked in at my job on 2/16/2023. The paperwork she's talking about is 2018. That was dropped. The other paperwork is 2021 when I picked up Mr. Strickland from the Cobb County Jail. This is his bond order that they released him with. I have not bothered.
Wait a minute. You went and paid this guy's bond and got him out of jail?
I didn't pay his bond. He asked me to come pick him up, and that's what I did. That's my child's father. He asked me to come pick him up, and that's what I did. The issue is not with Miss Chloe Edwards. Miss Chloe Edwards is saying that I'm using her as a target because she's dealing with my child's father. I'm sending notifications to the home where he resided for my child support. I try to call him. He don't be cordial. Miss Chloe Edwards blocked my phone number for his phone. The recording that she's talking about, I have constantly recorded her, call her. No, I can show a recording where actually I was calling his number and it came back, your phone number is her phone number. I don't bother her.
She just gave you an address where he lived. Do you not believe he lives at that address?
His mother, Miss Cookie, I'm sorry, Lavinia Barnes.
I apologize. We're purging the internet here at the moment. So please allow us. So it's just like they give you an amount and say, this is what you're going to have to pay to get out of jail because you haven't paid in so long. But I mean, if he's got that kind of scratch just laying around, couldn't he just go ahead and pay?
Matter of fact, if I could use the other phone to call her, I will. She will literally tell you that
talk to his mama, but why don't you have him serve stuff there? Because his mama's gonna get it to him.
I have had it served there, and nothing was done there. Nothing was done when I sent it there. Nothing has been done. The only time I got an action refiled back is when I did the child abandonment warrant, and they did the thing as far as the purge amount they was due. Every time I send it to 3159 Latona Drive, there is no answer, no payment, no nothing is done, nothing. When I sent it to 2640 Martin Luther King, they responded to it, and what was done by the judge court order.
They keep saying that address way too much.
In front of me.
Yes, they do. See that thing at the end of your name right there, the little circle?
What's the
Yeah, see?
And you
That's
got it.
you. You're on it. Green jacket belonged to Manning.
I would imagine so because I've seen coats and such hung.
That's a
right.
good color for her.
I like that.
I bet she looks very dashing in it.
Your rear he owes you.
34,000 changed. The issue was, Your Honor, it's not so much about the child support. I called Mr. Strickland and asked to be cordial to help. I'm not worried about.
Ms. Stamper, it is about the child support because when you don't get child support,
I know, but I have.
Listen, Mister, it is about child support because you guys had a kid together.
We got 2 children.
You got 2 children, and it's not just your responsibility to pay to feed them children.
And I understand that, but every time I try to reach out to get the reinforcement from the child support office, it's a problem with me sending it there. He don't stay there. Nancy, he don't stay there. I have been dealing with this for 12 years. My child is 13, my oldest child. Right. I have been reading it to where I have not bothered anybody on that end. The first time I did child abandonment was in January. We got
Ms. Stamper, I'll tell you, usually child abandonment is kind of the crappier way to go. You really need you need to be on East Point. You need to be that squeaky wheel and down there camped out at their front door till they do something. Because I have child support court on, I have it on Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Manning will get it done.
And
get him before Manning.
You don't have a job. I can put him in touch with somebody, get him a job. But when y'all had those children, that was for the 2 of y'all to help pay for those children. Some people think that, well, you got the kid, you can put food, shelter, and clothing. The kids cost a lot of money. And it's both parents' responsibility to pay for those children. It's not just, it's not just yours, it's not just his, it's not just, but it's y'all's responsibility to help pay for those children. They need food, they need clothes, they grow like crazy, they need all that. And I want to help if I want to hold him accountable, but if he can't find a job, I want to help him get a job. I care about these children. These children.
I understand that, Your Honor. But
remember, the children are our future. Who's saying that in the street?
Whitney Houston.
I can't sing that well.
I'm not sure.
Michael Jackson.
No, it wasn't Michael Jackson.
Sing a moment of it, please. Judge
sorry.
Not you.
Meant me.
No. Judge me.
Sorry.
The problem that I'm having is I have not bothered Miss Chloe. It was 2023, 2022. I have not bothered.
I saw this. I want you to stop bothering her, but I want you to get after him because I want you to get money from him because he's
tried
to pay for them children.
When I say I have a rap sheet, when it used to be the old before they gave us the new app, I've been calling. Nothing is done. Nothing is done.
Have you been? I want you to go down there to the office.
I have been in the office.
Tell them that I sent you down there. You tell them, give them my name, and tell them I sent you down there.
Uh-oh.
Hold on there. What's his name?
Ramonda Strickland. RAMONDAL Strickland.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna call down there myself. All right, but you give them my name. Tell them I told you to go down there and get some child support. But Miss Edwards, she got her problems of her own, dealing with everything else going on in her life. So just stop that and tell them.
Your Honor, I'm not bothering her.
I got you. I'm just asking you stop, okay? I'm just asking you stop.
I haven't bothered her. Why can I stop it? I ain't bothering her. I ain't touched her. I ain't
All right,
Hey, look. I'm not gonna put this in place. I'm just saying you 2 ladies gotta try to get along. This is a man that did some stuff and ain't holding up his end of the responsibility and taking care of these children. According to you, okay? According to you, he's not holding up his responsibility. Which if he's got children by other women, he may not be holding up responsibility then.
Correct. I'm the only one that actually goes through the enforcement procedure for real. He has 5 kids, one on me. He doesn't do for none of them. None of them.
5 kids.
And I can't speak for nobody else. I'm trying to speak for myself and my 2 children.
I hear you, and I want you to help because it's hard to raise. It's hard to raise children. They cost money. When you go to Kroger, you go to Publix or Lidl or whatever grocery store you go to.
Yeah,
Lidl. I'm gonna get back with you next month when I get child support. No, because they wouldn't let you walk out of that grocery store with them groceries. They don't care how hungry the children are. But everybody,
I appreciate you. I do want to tell you thank you. I do appreciate you. I have tried to be lenient with him. I asked for a little
stuff. Don't be lenient. Don't be lenient. Get your money for your children. Don't be lenient.
But it's not hassle because when I do send it to the mama house, I get no reaction. When I send it somewhere else, that's when I get a reaction. You show up in court. I have done what I was told to do. I was actually told to do that.
East Point, I'm telling you, go down there. You tell them Judge Manning.
I will.
To go down there because you want to get him on contempt. You need to get your arrears. You need to get that number. You need to get arrears, and we can put him in the fatherhood program.
You're blocked, are you?
We can put him in PAC. we can get him a job, we can do all that, and we can get him out there and making you some money, garnish his wages.
And it's not an issue. It's not an issue about the job. He will get it, but he get underpaid, so I will not get a cut. That's what he does.
He gets
They can find it. They can
underpaid.
see checking accounts. You just don't know. They
Okay.
people. All right. But Ms.
I will
Evans,
do that.
obviously
Thank you.
just don't want to be bothered with us. You go down to East Point, okay?
Thank you.
So leave Ms. Edwards alone. Don't be looking for him over there.
Yeah,
Let
leave Miss
East
Edwards
Point, Let
alone.
the child support office do their thing and find him and make him do what he's supposed to do. And I would say that too, if it was a woman that wasn't paid, because two people have kids. If it's two mamas, two daddies, a mama and a daddy, whatever, there's two parents, no matter what they are, and they both responsible. Because I'm not responsible for it, Ms. Free ain't responsible for it, Sasha ain't responsible for it, and my staff ain't responsible for it. The people who have these children gonna pay for these children. So both of y'all stay healthy and safe, Miss, and give them my name. Miss
Email
Stanford.
in the
Give them my
chat.
name.
Yeah,
Tell them
Miss-
to talk to me today.
I will, Judge Manny. Thank you.
Y'all stay healthy and safe.
Judge Bannon.
Put your email in the chat.
God bless her.
I love
True
it when
legend.
she takes it upon herself and gets things done and helps out, especially when
What
it's something
band is
like
that kid in?
Yeah, I know. Let's watch a little bit of Stansbury, but see where we're at with that. Pretty nice looking group of peeps in the pews.
Pled not guilty here today, so that shouldn't be a concern in determining how you want to plead. All right.
Okay, then I'll plead not guilty to
All right.
that.
What's your current address?
Really does.
135 Grant Street.
Is that here in Newark?
So does this guy.
Yeah,
And who do you live there with?
my mom and my fiance.
Are you employed, Mr. Satterfield?
No.
No, but I was looking for a job before I got arrested.
Most people, when I see them for arraignments, tell me that they're. When I ask them if they're employed, they say no, but I've got an interview later today.
No,
No, I
tomorrow
was just looking for a job.
at the paper.
When's the last time you were working regularly?
Never.
It's been a year or so. I
Okay.
was working for a construction company.
Where are you?
It's been 1 week.
Let me take a quick look here at the file and everything else. Let's see.
Hell yeah, Rose. Thank you.
Tossing them off.
Now you have a felony failure to comply charge as well. Is that stemming out of the same alleged events? Do you know, or is that a completely different thing?
I think it might be a different thing.
Okay.
He has no idea, Judge. Don't
Well,
ask him
let's see here real
questions.
quick.
This is Ohio.
Yeah, beautiful hair.
Beautiful state of Ohio. God bless.
He's got this amazing hair.
When was the last day you went without playing video games, kid?
He's having withdrawals right now.
Okay. Anything you want to say before I set your bond?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I need
What a great
help,
kid.
though.
Well, based on what I'm looking at here on the jail roster, this isn't the only reason you're being held in the county jail,
No,
right?
it's not. No, it's not.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and set your bond at $2,500. I'll make it a cash surety or 10% bond. This will get randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial, and you're going to get notice in the mail of when that's going to be. You're eligible to ask the court to appoint an attorney to represent you, and if you want to do that, they have the form down there at the jail. Since you're not going anywhere, they should send it down here for you. I did want to point out that our probation department has placed a holder on you, and they'll make a decision probably within the next 24 to 48 hours about whether to file a formal motion to revoke your municipal court probation. If they do, then you'll be brought before the judge again, and you can discuss that then. If they decide not to file, then they'll just drop the holder, and the only thing keeping you in will be the bond. So you have any questions today?
No.
All right, Mr. Satterfield, you may go with the officer, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, man.
He's got it together, man. I'm telling you.
Sue?
Thank you.
I've seen a lot of happy defendants in my day. That might be the most happy I've seen. All right, you take care. Have a good day tomorrow. We'll see you on Friday.
Okay, see you Friday.
No.
All right, folks, those of you who are here in the courtroom, number one, thank you
Sue.
for your patience. Number two,
Oh,
you're here for an initial
boy.
appearance and an arraignment. Now you know how that's going to go.
Thank you for
And
that
you're here
YouTube
because
short.
You got arrested after a
That
warrant was
is
issued for your arrest
perfect.
for whatever reason. Pretty much kind of
perfect.
know how that's going to go too, except you get to talk to me in person and not on the TV. When I call your name, you're going to come up here to the bench. I'm
We'll
going to
watch
ask
a
for your
couple of
rights in court
these.
form. That's
Yeah.
the one that should have your initials in each box next to the paragraphs and
Looks
your
like a
signature at
decent
least
amount of
once at
peep
the
to
end.
me,
I need to verify that at some point you did get a copy of your complaint or your ticket. Now, it's not necessary for you to have it here with you today. So if you didn't bring it, don't freak out. It's not required. If you did bring it, don't feel compelled to pull it out and show me, because if you tell me you got it, I'll believe you. Now, once we're through those formalities, you can, it's your turn to enter a plea. You have three options: not guilty, guilty, or no contest.
Trisha.
You're all presumed to be
this stuff. Wild Woman Wednesday today on We Got a Chase.
Yeah, this at 4:05 today, Eastern time, of course. So that's about 2 hours from now. A lot of different stuff. Women are just really getting kind of crazy when it comes to drinking and driving and stuff like that. We're going to have these two women that are in love battle the police today, along with a few other very interesting cases.
Are we going to be triggered like we were yesterday with that?
Not quite that bad.
Okay, good, because I kind of need a better level day.
Yeah, yesterday that guy was something. That correction officer.
For real though, over on the Facebook group, Credence and Bishop Show, T found some stuff on him. He's basically a driver now. It looks like doing Uber or something, or an actual limo service of sorts.
Just keep it going, fella. Keep it going.
If you don't show up for court, we will issue a warrant for your arrest. That's a really stupid reason to be in jail. And if that's what you do, the next time you and I talk, we'll be over that.
Mikey, when I'm mute,
much less.
Do you still hear that right now, right?
No.
No. Okay.
You decide you want to
Now
change your
you
plea
hear
to guilty or no contest, as I just explained to that last gentleman, you're not going to get a harsher sentence.
That's the way
just
I
because
do
you
it,
pled
too.
not guilty
What you
today.
just
Yeah, but I
feel
still
like you
hear
gotta
him.
own it right away, or you're going to get
That's
it.
what
in the end.
confuses me.
That's weird.
Now, if you intend to go to trial and represent yourself when you come back for your
Hello,
court date,
Chris.
bring all the evidence that you want the court to consider with you, and that includes any witnesses that you want the court to hear from, because you
I'm
can't testify
guessing
as to what somebody else said.
that-
Had to have.
Law and
Had
Order
to have.
101, folks. It's hearsay. It's inadmissible. All right. If you don't think your witness will come willingly, you can ask the court to issue a subpoena, which is a court order to appear. If they get personally
one?
served and they blow it off,
Are you blind?
It's okay. If you are.
At the
We
very
have
least, you can
several
ask for
people who are.
continuance, but you can also ask the court to punish that person for not showing up. A no contest plea does not admit
It's
guilt,
welcome.
but
We're just
admits the
going through
truth of the
some
facts alleged against
stuff here. No big deal. Also, if we're getting nonstop people without unlicensed dogs, will jump out also.
Yeah, if you're new here, this county is well known for charging people for having their unregistered dogs. You must register your dog in this county, and by God, they don't stand for it. So, and if you're new here, yes, we do a lot of car chases. We do the live ones when they happen, and we do like a chase compilation show each and every day. They're kind of themed, where we sit back and do like an hour hanging out with everybody, watching people get in trouble with the law. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, this is definitely the place for you.
Kind of each day has a little bit of a theme. That's why
Slight
today is
theme.
Wild Woman Wednesday.
Very womanly. Very.
If you want to get a
Going
lawyer
through everything.
to assist
My
you in
God,
your
he's
case, plead
talking
not
his-
guilty today.
really
If
is.
you want to go private, start making those phone calls right away. Find out how much it's going to be. You need to have a realistic expectation of how much it'll cost and whether you can afford it. For those of you who are eligible to apply for court-appointed counsel but want to go private, I strongly recommend that you fill out your application anyway, because if you qualify, you're going to have a lawyer no matter what. If you're able to hire your own attorney, that lawyer comes in, takes over your representation, and the court-appointed attorney is out. Although I will say the attorneys that appear here in our court are all very competent and dedicated to their job. So it's not really a detriment.
2 feet of snow.
Court-appointed counsel.
Ooh.
In the more likely scenario that you don't have the necessary funds to retain counsel, if you haven't filled out an application for court-appointed counsel before your
Must be
trial,
doing
you're
this
gonna
because
show
there's
up
like
that day. We're
20
all
people in
here.
there today. I mean,
Time's
there is a
carved
lot
out
of
of the
people.
docket.
Crap.
Witnesses
Usually
are
there's
there.
a video though.
You're gonna
It's
look
like,
up at me
did you
and
watch
ask
the
me for
video?
continuance because you couldn't afford your own lawyer, and now you want to apply for court-appointed. Chances are good I'll tell you no, and I'll remind you this little lecture that I gave you.
Oh,
And
that
the
was
fact of the matter
terrible
is,
that day.
You don't have to get a lawyer if you don't
Jesus
want one.
Christ.
You can't get a lawyer if you want one, but we're not going to play games and wait around until the day of the trial and hope things just kind of resolve themselves. Because guess what? They never do. All right. Like that lady who has the case from 2020, who's just talking about her 20 days. Nothing in the courtroom system ever goes away. So if you're going to get a lawyer, deal with it right. If you have any questions, feel free to ask when you're up here. First today is going to be Madison Pierce.
Madison Pierce, you are the next contestant in Licking County.
All the way up here, Miss Pierce.
Come
You
on
understand your
down,
rights in court
Madison.
today? Yes. And may I have your rights form, please? That's the one. Thank you. Did you receive a
Lot of
copy of the
Madison
complaint in your case?
supporters.
All right. The Newark Police Department is alleging that on or about February the 14th of this year, within the city of Newark and Lincoln County, Ohio, that you, without privilege to do
Zero.
so, and with a purpose to hinder, obstruct, or delay the performance by a public official of any act authorized within the public official's official capacity,
No, we think it's for
performed
going
an
in and out
act
of door.
which hampered or impeded a public official in the performance of the public official's lawful duties, commonly known as obstructing official business, and it is a misdemeanor of the second degree, carrying up to 90 days in jail and up to a $750 fine. How do you wish to plead? And what is your current address?
41 North 40th Street, apartment J3.
Apartment J is in Jelly?
Yep.
All right.
She
Are
looks
you
really
employed?
young, but her hair looks really old.
Okay. Then how many hours a week does that take up?
Just any
I mean, how many hours a week are you typically working?
about 35
30. Okay. All right.
Hey,
And how long have you been doing that?
for a year and a half.
Always a good start if they have a job.
It's true. Well, I mean, how many times do we hear that asked? And they say,
I'm looking for a job. Not right now. Like Mr. Happy a second ago.
all that talking just for us to sit in silence.
Dead.
Lots of Wild Woman Wednesday girls in the pews today.
Yeah, Ladies' Day.
Okay,
Yes,
so Ms.
ladies.
McBride, I'm going to go ahead. I'm sorry, Ms. Pierce. I apologize. I'll go ahead and release you on your own recognizance. We'll get this randomly assigned and set for trial. You'll get noticed by mail unless the lawyer gets involved. Any questions? No. You may go with the bailiff. Good luck.
That was quick.
No more
Michael
obstructing.
Bobo.
Bobo. The Bobo.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bobo. You understand your rights today? Did you receive a copy of your traffic ticket?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it? Did you understand what it is you've
Bobo.
been cited for?
Yes, sir.
You've been cited for speeding, going 88 and a 70, and also driving while under a Financial Responsibility Act suspension. And based upon your previous driving record,
He owes child
that is
support.
going to be an unclassified misdemeanor.
Paul.
That's a good thing because it
Hear
carries
the
no possible
sirens?
jail term as a consequence
He
of
stopped
conviction.
and listened.
It does, however, carry the possibility of community service, a fine, and a suspension of your right to apply for a license for up to 1 year. So do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
And how do you want to plead?
Contest.
And did you understand the nature of a no contest plea
Aye.
and the consequences of entering that plea based upon my explanation?
Yes, sir.
And are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Let me take a quick look here and see what we got. Pretty succinct statement by the trooper. Said that you told me you were late for work.
Yes, sir.
All right. They're generally
Baba
pretty accurate.
Booey.
I got a seatbelt ticket years ago. And he asked me why I wasn't wearing it. I said, just lazy, I guess. And I actually ended up reading his report and he wrote down
Exact.
the defendant said, just lazy, I guess. It's like, okay, well, at least you got it right.
Well, I did actually just get a new phone. I wrote down the wrong number on there. I didn't know if you wanted me to correct that or not.
Yeah, when you go to the clerk's office, you'll
Okay,
clear
so-
all that up. Okay. So
2 for 2 with jobs,
now,
by the way.
I will say this.
Just want to point that
You've
out.
only got the one suspension. It's non-compliance, and it's also indefinite, which sounds bad, but it's actually good because you can cure that by getting the high-risk bond and paying the reinstatement fee.
That's what, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know.
Go to the deputy registrar and tell them. Well, you got to get your insurance first, and then you go to the deputy.
Well, I got
registrar.
insurance the same exact day, and I can't
Okay.
prove that if you want to see
Well,
it.
here's the deal. No, I'll take your
No.
word on it. You didn't have an accident. Plus, the trooper said you showed proof too, so that's fine. Our prosecutor has a policy, though, that if you plead not guilty today and you come back for your next court date, which would typically be about a month or so down the road, maybe a little less.
Oh, so then
But
they
their
suspend
policy
your
is that
license?
if you plead not guilty today and you come back and your license is valid, they will dismiss the driver's license charge in exchange for your willingness to pay court costs. But you do have to come back. If you'd rather just resolve it today with your no contest plea and be done, you can do that. But if you would like to pursue that policy, you need to go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty.
Is that one of those shirts you put your hand on and leaves your
It's smarter
handprint?
to do, I assume so,
I can't give you any legal advice. I just want to make sure you're
I'll
aware
give
of
no
that option.
contest, that's fine.
Okay, just wrap it up today. Okay.
Hyperwear, I think.
All right.
it was
Where do you
called.
work that where you were so late
I actually
for?
own my own company.
Well, then you
Oh,
weren't even going to get in
LLC.
trouble anyway.
Well, it's with a partner of mine, and I have contract deals for the National Kidney Society and the Red Cross, so I couldn't.
No.
be late, so that's kind of
Dropping it.
resigning why.
Okay.
Now, ironically enough, he did not reflect on your ticket. Oh,
Does he
yeah.
transport
He didn't
blood
reflect on
and
your ticket. You had
organs?
two
I mean,
prior
what?
speeding violations
what's
within
his
the
job?
within the preceding 12 months? What that does, had he included that on the ticket itself, it would have elevated it from a minor misdemeanor to a 4th degree misdemeanor. Which he probably told you that's what it was.
No, that was Judge
telling
telling about a seatbelt ticket that he got one time, and he told the officer that he was lazy, and the officer actually wrote that down in the report. He was lazy. Judge Stansbury was lazy and didn't put his seatbelt on. That's what
18 over.
That's what that was.
You're off my chart, so I have to extrapolate from the last known coordinates here. All right.
Great. I work with the National
Okay,
Kidney Society.
so since this is your third within 12-month period, if you had none, it would have been $34. If you had one prior, it would have been $54. So with 2 priors, how much is it?
14.
You do all that math too? 74. All right.
Oh, wow.
And then
you blew
$100
it.
fine on the driver's license charge. Okay, we'll give you some time to get it taken care of, but slow down.
Yes, sir.
Either leave early or be late. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. You may go with the bailiff. Good luck.
Leave early or be late.
All right, Corey Hastelo. Hastelo or Hastelo? Yeah, 50-50 shot there. Ms. Hastelo, you understand your rights in court today?
Yes.
May I have your rights form, please? Thank you. Did you receive a copy of the complaint in your case?
No.
All right. The
Her hair. is
Johnstown Police
interesting.
Department is alleging that on or about March the 2nd of this year, within that city and in Lincoln County, Ohio, that you did unlawfully and knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to one Candy N. Curtis. That's commonly known as assault. It's a misdemeanor of the 1st degree, and it carries a maximum penalty of 180-day jail term and a $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
And what is your current address?
208 Briarwood Drive, Johnson.
This lady was fighting?
And are you employed?
No, I haven't been employed in a while. I have health issues right now.
Okay. Are you applying for disability benefits?
Living with my kids, so.
All right. Take a quick look here.
Well, if you got health issues, maybe you should be fighting.
Maybe.
It's a lot of polka dot. The peacock.
And the gray with the blue hair is odd.
It is kind of odd. Like it's saying I'm old, but you know what? I'm still a lot of fun. These tires may be bald, but they'll still get you there.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very rare occurrence has happened. And if you're a fan of this channel, you know what just happened. Let it roll. That's right. Creed has done what we call a Creed frame. He's frozen in time, just like everyone in this courtroom.
And by the way, I didn't mention this to you.
Odd
guys.
time for a
You can
Creed
track
frame,
your own
no?
case online. In my opinion, there's no acceptable reason to miss court because you didn't know when your hearing was, because you can look it up yourself. All right. But we're going to send you notice anyway.
All right.
If you get a lawyer, the lawyer gets in all the notices and they in turn notify you. And it's important that you actually respond to your attorney.
Very quickly, by the way, the Bobo we were referring to, that Bobo right there.
That's the Bobo.
That's the Bobo.
From Florida. Creed, can you turn that up for us?
Good afternoon, Ms. Bennett. You
Hey.
understand your rights in court today?
Yes.
May I have your rights form, please? Thank you. Well, you're here because Judge George had issued a warrant for your arrest. And when you got arrested, you posted your bond. And it looks like the bench trial would have been, okay, well, you've got that other lady from 2020 giving her a run for her money.
Oh,
Your warrant went out in October of 2020 on this dog-related charge.
Oh,
I suspect
God.
probably that Judge George set a cash or surety bond because of the difficulty in getting you to show up for court. So,
Police and it never said no. I had no idea I had a warrant.
well,
I've been
either
asked
way,
that one time.
the only authority that I have right now is to go ahead and set a bond for you, either continue the bond that you posted or modify it in some way, and then send you back to Judge George to resolve your case because it was assigned to him. I don't have any authority on that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
very silky and luxurious.
What is your current address?
22 Robertson Drive.
So it's never changed. All right. Are you employed?
Actually, no.
You are. What do you do?
I'm just babysitting.
Okay. Well, trust me, that's probably harder work most days than what I'm dealing with.
My mom used to babysit. $1 an hour per kid.
And how old are the kids you babysit?
2 and 3. Yes.
So close
Okay.
to 100.
So close. Bryce, good to see you.
So here's what I'm going to do. Because we want to make sure that you show up, I'm going to continue the bond that you posted. So you're not going to have to post any more money in order to stay out of jail, but you're also not going to get that money returned just yet. So the case is resolved. As I mentioned, it will be referred back to Judge George, scheduled for a whatever.
There it is. I think that our new rule should be when we go to the pews is we go until we see a dog related incident.
Yeah, because I mean they'll arrest you for not getting them dogs. You used to do it for how much? $2? Well, I mean, apparently you were a way better babysitter than my mother was because we didn't get $2.
I can't imagine even allowed to offer anything under actual minimum wage anymore.
Oh, probably not. I haven't had that babysitter in a million years, so I wouldn't know.
All right, let's cut it there. We'll see you at 4:05 for Wild Worman Wednesday.
Yeah, they're going to be wild. They're going to bring womanly, and they're going to be here with us. So make sure you don't miss out. If you would do us a huge favor, like this video. If you haven't already subscribed to our case only channel, we got a case. You might want to do that. But if you want to just enjoy everything, the cornucopia of what it is we do, Credence and Bishop show, hopefully maybe getting changed to Credence and Mikey at the very least, channel is where you want to be. Creed, want to thank these fine folks on the Body Fluid Express.
Body Fluid Express. Gary, Flusha, Deb, just Deb. They call me Rose. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for all the likes. Did we make it to 100 yet? I hope. I mean,
maybe
we did.
Maybe. Tell me in the comments if we ever did.
That's right.
Jim, take care. All right, guys. Like a wise man once said, I'll just let him tell you.
Somebody is renting it is, and it's not in my name, and it's not in anybody else's name. It's in somebody else's name.
Did I stutter?